Okay, so story time how my so-called friend tried to finesse me and really tried to try me behind my car. So I have two cars, right? I have my Tesla. This is the car that I drive. And then I have a little Hyundai Elantra, a little cute Hyundai Elantra I bought brand new. I bought that one for my daughter. So when my daughter turns 16, she has a brand new car. Well, it won't be brand new then, but she has a nice, good, reliable car, right? So the car is almost paid off. So I figured I would just make some money off of it in the meantime because I don't drive it. I drive my Tesla. So I put my car on Turo. I'm profiting about $350, $400 a month on Turo, right? So I got this friend that kind of comes to me in a moment of need and tells me like, oh, I'm going through a lot, da 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 da. Can I come stay with you? This, that, and the third. So she comes stay with me, and her car ends up like just not working at all, and it's not worth fixing. She might as well just get a new car. Credit messed up, just a bunch of stuff that's just she can't get a car. So I tell her like, oh well, I got an extra car. You can rent this one off of me. And we did that, and that was cool for a while, and then she ended up like not communicating with me a lot. So when it came time for like the car note to get paid and stuff, she would either just not pay it and not say nothing for a day or two, or maybe even a couple days, and then finally like be like, oh, I'm about to send the money now. And I just personally did not like that. I'd rather you communicate with me so that if you can't pay it, I'm aware and I can get ready to pay it myself, because I could pay it. I just need to know that I have to pay it. You know what I'm saying? Don't put me in a bind. Don't put me in a position where I done went and just paid for a trip or something, or I just paid off a bunch of bills when I could have waited to pay those bills and had the money. You see what I'm saying? Also, I'm only renting the car out to her $400 a month plus the insurance. That's it. I'm not charging her nothing on top of that. So I'm not profiting nothing off of it. She's literally just paying the car note and that's it. So that doesn't do nothing for me. Well, like I said, she did that so many times to the point where I was like, let me get my car back. So she really didn't put up a fuss or fight. She asked for another month in the car, and I gave that to her because I know she has kids. And, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to mess up anybody's life or make anything harder on them. But it's like people don't see that I'm making things easier on them. You're not spending thousands of dollars a month on a rental anymore. I'm cutting you a big discount by only charging you $400. So boom, she gave me the car back. There's no fuss and fight. So then I have another friend in a very same situation, and she hits me and she's like, let me get the car. And she knows the situation with the first girl because like I said, me and her were friends. So she understood that the last girl it was just too much for me to not have stuff paid on time and not communicate. So she knew those were my two biggest pet peeves, and that would needed to be done if she got my car. So she asked for the car, and she's telling me up and down, like, I swear I will take care of the car, and I swear I'll make sure I have the payments paid on time. You won't have any issues from me, girl. I'm going to communicate with you. Da da da. Cool. At the time, she was going through a little breakup or whatever, and she had her stuff at my crib, but she was staying with another friend and going to work and stuff like that. So I saw that she was trying to get her life together, and I felt like, okay, I can help this girl out. Why not? I feel like I trusted her enough to be on her, but I don't know. I had my reservations, but I still felt bad and felt like she really needed some help because she don't have no help with her daughter. She's not from here. She's from Puerto Rico. So I really tried to be that friend that could just help her out. Safe to say I won't be doing that again because yeah. So before she gets the car, I tell her I know your man stays in a different city than me, which is an hour and 20 minutes from where I am. She works in my city. So I'm like, you can't be driving back and forth like that if you decide to go back to him. She's like, no, I'm done with him. I'm not going back. I tell her that ain't none of my business, but I do know that things change. So say that things do change. That is okay. That is fine. That's your business. But like I said, you can't be driving the car back and forth. She said she understood. She don't plan on going back. Cool. Less than a week later, she was already back with him. Now I have her location because like I said, me and her were friends, and she had her stuff at my crib and stuff. We was cool like that. So I peeped that she's driving back and forth from his city to my city. That's an hour and 20 minutes each way, at least 7 times in that first week she had the car. So when it was time to pay the car note, I said something to her. I told her that she's going against our agreement and that I understand that things change, but she can't be doing that. So she would either need to figure something out or bring me my car back. She told me that, well, first she started acting like she didn't know what I meant by she can't be driving back and forth. She was like, so I can only drive a certain amount of miles? And I was like, well, yeah, we discussed that. We discussed that. Don't act like this is something new. So she tells me, oh, okay, well, just give me 2 weeks of driving back and forth so that way I can get a job in his city. So I said, okay, no problem. So one day she posts a story on her Instagram of my car on the side of the highway because the tire popped. And she was like, I guess I'm not going to work today. So she's driving from his city back to my city to go to work. But the tire popped. So I start blowing her phone up to make sure she's okay and to let her know that there is a spare tire in the trunk. She doesn't answer the phone. I don't hear from her for at least 24 hours. She calls me the next night and tells me that she left the car because all the tire shops were closed. It was too late. And that she went back the next morning, got the car, took it to a tire shop, and paid $60 to get a new tire. I told her, wow, I wish you would have answered the phone because I was trying to let you know there's a spare underneath the floorboard in the trunk. She was like, oh my God, I didn't even think to look there. Some people just aren't meant to have cars. Plus, I had extra tires inside of my garage. But she's like, oh, my man took care of it. He paid for the $60 tire. All good. Cool. So at this point, I'm just getting super annoyed with her because there's no communication when it comes to my car. If I'm calling you to make sure that you're okay and make sure everything's taken care of, there's no communication. Like, I'm irritated. But I let that slide too. So fast forward to July. It was time for the car insurance to be due. She sent me the money the day the car insurance was due. Cool. The car note was due on the 24th. On the 23rd, I sent her a reminder text letting her know that the car note was due tomorrow. She said, okay, cool. On the 24th, I got up. I went to work. I didn't hear from her all day. I went and got my kids from daycare. I went home, cooked dinner, gave them baths. I laid down. It was 8:30 p.m. I still haven't heard from her, haven't gotten any money. So I texted her and I said, hey, I need that money for the car. No response. I texted her again at 11 p.m. and now her phone is on Do Not Disturb. And I just say, hello. No response. I wake up the next morning to check our text thread. Her phone is off of Do Not Disturb, but no text back. So you've been on and off of your phone, but you decide not to send me the money or communicate with me and tell me why you can't send the money. At this point, I want my car back. Because like I said, we already discussed the communication and paying on time. So here we are the next day after the car is due on the 25th, and I don't hear from her most of the day. So by like 1, 2 o'clock, she texts me and says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. My daughter locked me out of my phone all day. I wasn't able to respond to anybody. Which is weird because you cannot take your phone on and off of Do Not Disturb if you are locked out of your phone. I'm just saying. I'm not the person you have to lie to, and I'm not the person that you have to come up with excuses for. All you have to do is communicate with me. I'm very understanding, and I can make it happen. I can make sure stuff's paid. By that point, I already made sure the car note was paid. She wasn't sending me the money. So she texted me, told me that her phone, she was locked out of her phone. She couldn't respond. She was going to go ahead and send me some money. She said she sent me some of the money. She sent me $280, and she would send me the rest later that day. I just thumbs up the message, and I waited later that day to see if she would send the money. Do y'all think I got the money by the end of the day? No. So I texted her around 2 a.m. So now it's the 26th at 2 a.m. And I said, hey, can you bring me my car in the morning, please? I don't have to be rough. I don't have to be rugged. And I don't have to talk to anybody crazy. It is my property and I just want it back at this point. Plus, my baby daddy's son got into a car wreck and totaled his car the day before. So I already told him that he could have the car back since the car note was not paid on time. I already knew I wanted my car back at that point. And somebody that is my family needs the car at this point. She texts me back at 4 in the morning and says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I fell asleep. That's my fault. I'm so sorry for not communicating. I need this car. Please don't take it. Please don't do this. I'm sending you the rest of the money now. She sends me the money. I wake up at 6 and I see the message and I text her back and I tell her, no, I'm going to need my car back because my baby daddy needs the car now. And since it wasn't paid, I went on ahead and told him yes. I would have given you 30 extra days in the car. However, because of our agreement, because of the way the last girl did me and you knew and you swore up and down you wouldn't do me the same, I can't let you have that car for 30 more days. I need it back now. She texts back and she's pretty much like, I'm not doing you like her. It just happened one time. If it happened one time, you're doing me like her. I hate to break it to you. So part 2 about how this girl tried to finesse me with my car and tried to try me behind my car. So she pretty much tries to keep the car. She's like, well, I already sent you the money, so I'm keeping the car. And I'm like, no, babe, you're going to get the money back as soon as I get the car back. That's no issue. You can have your money back. I am prorating it, the 3 extra days you kept the car, and I'm prorating the insurance 9 days that you had the car. But the rest of your money you will have back. She keeps coming up with excuses about the car. Then she talks about the tire. She tells me, well, I spent $160 on the tire and you weren't trying to help me then. $160? Baby, you told me it was $60, number one. And number two, I tried to help you. You didn't answer. By the time you finally communicated with me, you said your man already took care of it. So what are we really talking about here? And what is your point of bringing up the tire? When you have a car and you're paying a car note on a car, if anything happens to the car, you're responsible to take care of it. If your tire pops, you need to go get a new tire. That's just how it goes. So she's bringing up the tire situation, and I let her know, like, first of all, That is on you. Second of all, I had extra tires. You didn't want to answer the phone. That is on you for not communicating. Third of all, you said it was only $60. Fourth of all, you're telling me that you were locked out of your phone. Then how did your phone get on and off of Do Not Disturb? Why are we going back and forth? And I asked her, I said, why are we going back and forth about my property? So then she tells me, well, I'm not driving the car back to your city because it's inconveniencing me. I already have to cater to you. Stop what I'm doing and cater to you. First of all, what? Didn't you come and get the car from my city? So then bring the car back to my city. If you go get a car from Enterprise, where do you take the car when it's time to take it back? To Enterprise, right? So I try to make things easier on her, and I'm like, all right, well, look, I got a homeboy that stays downtown about 30, 40 minutes from you. Just go drop the car off to him. It's no issue. She takes a long time to respond, about an hour or so, and then finally she's doing another long paragraph trying to go back and forth with me about other stuff. So then she's finally like, okay, I'll take the car to your homeboy. And I'm like, well, baby, he's gone already. It's been like 2 hours since I sent that. I sent that earlier this morning. Like, he's gone now. He has stuff to do. So I was like, let me ask him where he's at. So at this point, he was leaving the gym. He was headed to a pool party. So he was like, the pool party's right up the street from my house. Just tell her to let me know when she's 10 minutes away, and I'll go to my house and I'll get the car. So I let her know, and I was like, he's going to inspect the car. Take the car to him. He's going to inspect the car. You hold on to the key. As soon as he calls me and tells me everything's good with the car, you will give him the key. I will send you your money, and we'll be done with this. She says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean the car out, and I'll take it. An hour goes by. I don't hear nothing from her. So then she sends another long paragraph about how her man isn't going to pick her up from there. And if she has to bring her car all the way to my city, am I going to Uber her back home? I'm just like, girl, what do you have going on? I'm already trying to help you out by letting you just take the car up the street from you. But now you're pushing it. You wouldn't do Enterprise like this. So why are you doing your friend like this? It's weird. So she's doing all this rah, 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 yada. So I just say, hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. Send me your address. I'll come out there to his city, to your man's city, and I'll come get the car. No response back. Nothing. Every problem that you have, I got a solution. So what's tea now? So then she hits me back and she's like, oh, my man is already in your city. So I'm just going to come out there and bring the car and you can meet me at 410. So I'm like, all right, bet. So you just did all that hooting, hollering, all that going back and forth with me. And you even said your man was at work, but now all of a sudden your man is in my city. So now I can meet you at 410. Like, you're a weirdo. You're weird for that. But I ain't even gonna put up a fight. I ain't even gonna fuss with you. Just give me my car. And like I said, y'all, I'm very cordial when it comes to stuff like this. It's just other people like her, these young toxic girls that don't have nothing. They're used to being toxic in situations. This was not a toxic situation. It wasn't something that needed to be toxic. I asked for my car back. All you need to say is, okay, I'll bring it to you. It's just that simple. All that extra stuff, like, that's just going to get you crossed out. I will never mess with you again. Once that man put his hands on you and put you out again, you ain't coming over here. I will never be able to help you again because you did not have to do all that. So, let me put my flash on. Hold on, because it's getting dark. So I pull up on her and she tries to hand me the key off rip. And I said, no, hold on to the key. Because one of her excuses for not wanting to go get my car from my homeboy is, oh, I feel like I'm not going to get my money back. Like, girl, what? Why wouldn't I give you your money back? If I told you I'm giving you your money back, I'm giving you... Just because you do wrong by people, you're paranoid thinking people are going to do wrong by you. But that's not even how I move. That's not in my character. If I tell you that I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So if I say I'm going to give you your money back, you're getting your money back. So when she tried to hand me the key, I said, no, hold on to it. Hold on to it since you think you're not going to get your money back. Let me inspect the car. So I inspect the car. I didn't look too deep into the car. Like, I didn't look too deep on the outside. I just looked around to make sure there was no big dents or anything. And it was cool. It was cool enough for me to drive off. So I got the key from her. I sent her bread and I went on about my business. I had my other friend drive the car home. Okay, so once we get to the house, right? We pull up to the house and she pulls the car into the driveway, but I wanted the car on the road, on the curb. So I get in the car to move it. And when I got in the car to move it, the car just felt weird. It felt weird. So I asked her, how was it driving? She said it was pulling to the right a lot. I was like, So I started inspecting the car, right? So I started looking around the car and I see the front right, I think it's called a fender. I think that's what it's called. The front right fender. I see that it has like a bunch of little scrapes on it. It's not real bad, but it definitely looks like there was like a pothole or something got hit real hard. So the tire that she claimed that got a new tire, she never got a new tire, y'all. She patched it up and was just putting air in it. She never went and got a new tire. Not 60, not 160. There was no new tire. And I see why the tire was messed up. It's because she hit something. Well, it looks like she hit something. I can't say for sure because I wasn't there, but it looks like she hit something like a pothole and it knocked the car out of alignment. So the car needed an alignment too. That's why it was pulling to the right. So I took it in, and I just picked it up today from the shop. It's been in the shop for like 2 days. I just picked it up, but I had to spend $500 to get 3 new tires and to get an alignment on that car because that girl messed my car up. I don't know why people move like that. I don't know why people are so shady. I don't know why people just literally, when they have nothing and they get a little glimpse of help, they have to ruin it. I don't understand, but I do understand karma. I will not call the girl. I will not text her. I will not ask for my money for the car. I handled it myself like a grown woman. And I know the responsibilities of having multiple cars, and I'm prepared and I'm able to take care of it, you know? But what I will say is I will no longer be helping people like that, not out of the kindness of my heart and stuff. Like, I can't deal with these type of people anymore. It is such a shame that people move like that. The only way I'll rent out my car is to family or through a website like Turo, because I just absolutely cannot deal with women like that. Women that do something wrong but then want to play the victim is so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me, but that's okay. That girl never has to worry about me again. And my lesson has been learned.